Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Enjoy English Academy podcast, where every conversation helps you learn. I'm Emma.
And I'm Ryan. Hello, everyone. Emma, I have to be honest with you about something.
Of course. What is it?
I feel like I am a terrible English learner.
What? Why do you say that?
Last night, I watched a video on Instagram. A girl maybe my age, she started learning English 18 months ago. And now she speaks like a news reporter. Perfect pronunciation, perfect grammar, no mistakes at all. And she is just perfect.
And you watched her and felt...
Like I wanted to close my phone and throw it out the window.
That is a very strong reaction, Ryan.
I have been learning for much longer, and I still pause. I still search for words. I still make mistakes. And she is just perfect.
Ryan, what you are feeling right now is one of the most common feelings in language learning. And today, that is exactly what we are going to talk about.
We are going to talk about my jealousy?
We are going to talk about comparing yourself to other people, and why the only comparison that actually helps you is comparing yourself to yesterday.
Yesterday's me?
Yesterday's you. Not the girl on Instagram, not your classmate, not anyone else. Just you, yesterday, and today.
That is an interesting idea. I never thought about it that way.
But first, a small request from us.
Yes, if you enjoy this podcast, please click the like button. Subscribe to Enjoy English Academy podcast and share it with a friend who is learning English. It helps us so much and we truly appreciate it.
Thank you. We love our listeners. Okay, let's start with a word. Ryan, do you know the word compare?
Compare. Like when you look at two things and see which one is better?
Exactly. Compare means to look at two things side by side and notice the differences. C-O-M-P-A-R-E. Compare. When you watched that girl on Instagram, what did you do?
I compared her English to my English.
And in that comparison, how did you feel?
Like I was losing. Like she was winning and I was far behind.
That word, behind, is very important. When we compare ourselves to others, we almost always feel behind. But here is the truth. You are not in the same race as her. You never were.
What do you mean?
Her journey is hers. Your journey is yours. Different starting points, different teachers, different methods, different amounts of time every day, different brains. Comparing the two is like comparing a sunrise to a sunset. Both are beautiful, both are real, but they are completely different.
I never thought about it like that. I just saw her result and compared it to my result.
That is what social media does to us. It shows us other people's results. Never their starting point, never their bad days, never their mistakes. Just the final, polished, perfect moment.
So I was comparing my everyday to her highlight reel?
Exactly. Your everyday reality versus her best moment. That comparison will never feel fair, because it is not fair.
Okay, so what should I compare instead?
Compare yourself to yesterday. Let me explain with a story. Ryan, think back to 1 year ago. Your English 1 year ago. Close your eyes if it helps.
1 year ago. Okay.
Could you follow a conversation like this one? A real back and forth conversation in English for 20 minutes?
Honestly, no. I would understand maybe half of it, maybe less. I would lose the thread after a few minutes.
And today?
Today, I am following everything. I understand every sentence. I'm even noticing small details like word choice and tone.
That is your progress, Ryan. P-R-O-G-R-E-S-S. Progress. It means you are moving forward, step by step, getting better over time.
But the progress feels slow compared to that girl.
Stop comparing to that girl. Compare to yourself. 1 year ago, you understood half. Today, you understand everything. That is not slow progress. That is remarkable progress.
Remarkable?
What does that mean?
Remarkable means very impressive, worth noticing, worth celebrating. Your progress over 1 year is remarkable.
I never thought about it that way. I always focused on what I still cannot do.
That is a very human habit. We focus on the gap, the distance between where we are and where we want to be. And we forget to look back and see how far we have already walked.
Look back to see how far I walked. I like that image. Here is another example. Let me tell you about my own experience. When I started learning a new skill, playing the piano, I was terrible. And I had a neighbor who played beautifully. I could hear her through the wall. Perfect melodies, no wrong notes.
That must have been discouraging.
It was. For the first month, I kept saying to myself, I will never sound like her. But then one day, my teacher said to me, stop listening to your neighbor. Start listening to yourself last week. And so I recorded myself 1 week and then again the next week. And when I listened to both recordings, I heard something surprising.
What did you hear?
I heard that I was better. Not better than my neighbor, but better than myself 7 days earlier. And that small difference, those 7 days of improvement, that was enough to keep me going.
So the comparison changed everything?
The comparison changed everything. From looking outward to looking inward. From looking at others to looking at yourself.
Emma, can I tell you something?
Of course.
When I think about 6 months ago, I used to write out full sentences in my head before I said them out loud, like I would plan every word before speaking. It took so long.
And now?
Now I just speak. Words come out. Sometimes they are not perfect, but they come out. I do not plan every word anymore.
Ryan, that is a massive change. Do you understand what that means?
It means my brain is faster now?
It means you are starting to think in English. That is one of the biggest steps in language learning. You skipped the translation step. Your brain is building a direct road to English.
I did not even notice that happening.
That is because progress is quiet. It happens slowly every day, and we only notice it when we stop and look back, which is why comparing yourself to yesterday is so powerful.
Because yesterday is close enough to see the difference.
Exactly. The difference between you today and you 10 years ago is too big to process. But the difference between you today and you last month, that you can actually feel and celebrate.
Celebrate. You think I should celebrate small progress?
I think small progress deserves big celebration. Every single step forward matters. Let me give you 3 practices. 3 things you can do to compare yourself to yesterday instead of to others.
3 practices. I am listening.
Practice 1. Keep a small progress journal. Every Sunday evening, write down one thing you could do in English this week that felt easier than last week. Just one thing. Maybe you understood a movie scene without subtitles. Maybe you wrote an email without checking a dictionary. Maybe you had a conversation and felt calm instead of nervous.
Just one thing?
Just one thing. After 1 month, you have 4 things. After 6 months, you have 24 things. And when you feel discouraged, you open that journal and you read those 24 things. And you remember who you are becoming.
That is a beautiful idea. I always focus on what I cannot do, but this journal would show me what I can do.
Exactly. You write your own story instead of letting social media write it for you.
Practice 2?
Practice 2. Change the question you ask yourself. Most people ask, why am I not as good as that person? That question leads nowhere. It only makes you feel small. Instead, ask, am I better than I was last month?
Am I better than I was last month?
If the answer is yes, even a little yes, even one tiny improvement, then you are succeeding. You are moving in the right direction. You are on your journey.
That question feels so much kinder.
It is kinder because it is honest. It looks at your actual life, not someone else's highlight reel.
And practice 3?
Practice 3. When you see someone on social media who makes you feel behind, do one thing before you close the app. Find one thing you did today in English. Maybe you listened to this podcast. Maybe you read a message in English. Maybe you thought in English for one moment. Find that one thing and say to yourself, I did this today. I showed up today.
I showed up today. I like that.
Showing up is everything in language learning. Not perfect performance, not a perfect accent, not 0 mistakes. Just showing up, doing a little bit every single day.
Even on days when it is hard?
Especially on days when it is hard. Those are the days that count the most because they build the habit, and the habit builds the skill, and the skill builds the confidence.
Habit, skill, confidence. That is the order.
That is the order. You cannot skip steps. You build from the bottom, slowly, steadily, at your own pace.
Pace. That word keeps coming up. My own pace.
Your pace is your superpower. The girl on Instagram has her pace. You have yours. And your pace has brought you from understanding 50% of English to understanding everything in this conversation. That is your pace working.
I think I need to be a little more kind to myself.
You deserve a lot of kindness. You are working hard every day, even when you do not feel like it. Even when it feels slow, you are here. That matters enormously.
Enormously? Is that a vocabulary word for today?
It means very, very much. ENORMOUSLY. Enormously. Your effort matters enormously.
My effort matters enormously. I will remember that.
And now I want to say something to everyone who is listening right now.
Yes, this is for you, our listener.
You chose to spend time today listening to English, not watching a video, not reading, listening. That is an active choice that takes effort and intention. And it means you are on your journey. You are moving forward.
Maybe you also saw someone online today who made you feel small.
Maybe you did. And that feeling is valid. We understand it. But please hear this. That person's journey is not your journey. Their speed is not your speed. Their starting point was not your starting point.
The only number that matters is this one. Are you better today than you were yesterday?
Even 1% better. Even one new word. Even one sentence that came out more naturally. That is a win. That is progress. That is you growing.
You are not behind. You are exactly where you are supposed to be on your own journey.
Keep going. Keep showing up. Compare yourself only to yesterday and celebrate every single step because every step is real. Every step is yours and every step is taking you forward.
You are doing better than you think.
We believe in you. We really do. Okay, time to review what we learned today.
Yes. Today we talked about comparing yourself to others versus comparing yourself to yesterday.
Comparing to others makes you feel behind. Comparing to yourself shows you real progress.
Progress means moving forward step by step at your own pace.
And we learned 3 practices. Number 1, keep a small progress journal. Write one improvement every week.
Number 2, ask the right question. Am I better than last month? Not, why am I not as good as that person?
And number 3, when social media makes you feel small, find one thing you did in English today and say, I showed up today.
Those 3 practices can change everything.
They really can. That is all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for listening to Enjoy English Academy podcast.
Please subscribe to Enjoy English Academy podcast. Give this episode a like and share it with someone who needs to hear this today.
And our question for the comments: tell us one thing you can do in English now that you could not do 6 months ago. We would love to hear your progress story.
We read every comment. See you next time.
Bye, everyone! Keep showing up. Keep going. You are doing amazingly well.